Hey y'all, it's your girl StaceNthePlace. Take a hot second to subscribe and grab a pail of popcorn because it's definitely going to be a wild ride. So with this number 33, aesthetically, it's giving quiet luxury. I am a neutral lover, so I was feeling the packaging. I will admit to that. However, the vibes are interesting. That's the first adjective I'm going to use. So this candle, the scent notes are espresso bean, warm vanilla, and lemon peel. And as far as its performance, it has performed very well all throughout the kitchen. You can maybe get a little bit of some whiffs of it from the living room, but it's not a super heavy, strong candle, but it's pretty good for one room. And if you're in like an open concept where your kitchen and your living room connect with each other, then it's probably going to be pretty strong, pretty decent in the actual like room that the candle is in, but don't expect for it to spread all throughout the whole open area. So with those things done, let's talk about what is it really smelling like. So I would say that it's interesting that the lemon peel is the very last thing or the very last note that is listed, but it's very lemon forward, very very lemon. You can imagine a little bit of espresso tap dancing in the background. It almost makes me think of like if you made coffee, but you made coffee instead of out of coffee grinds, you made it out of lemons and lemon peels, right? So you're making this lemon coffee, right? Like we took a whole bushel of lemons, okay, and then we put them in the coffee maker with some water and turn it on, and then it's like beep up beep doop. So then your coffee's ready. And well, your lemon coffee is ready. And so, it is looking hot, very yellow, very yellow. And then you add a little bit of warm vanilla creamer. And then you put like a little dash of espresso on top. Like if I had to create a picture of what it would be or what it would look like that's what a cup of coffee, but instead of the coffee being brown, it's yellow because it's made out of lemon. It's a little light because you got the warm vanilla creamer, a little bit of syrup, a little dashy dash in there. And then it's, a little brown, little sprinkles of coffee grinds, or excuse me, espresso beans on the top. Okay, like that's the visual. That's the visual that this is giving me. If anyone else is like an imagination station person like myself. Okay, another way for me to describe it. Now this was gonna be a little wild, so definitely buckle up your seatbelt for this one. But we're just gonna run with it. So you know how there's like some restaurants that you'll go to, and let's just say, like there's, you can go to an American restaurant, Italian, Greek, Mexican, like there's so many different genres and ethnicity types of restaurants that you can go to, right? But then sometimes when you go to those fancy towns and they're like, oh, this is such and such type of cuisine. This is that restaurant, but this is like the upscale version. This is like the Michelin star version. Like this is like the extra little pizzazz version. And before you get upset, you know what I'm talking about. Those restaurants. And dare I say, we're going to even include the fusion restaurants. You know what I mean? If you're a person who's very like traditional about their food and stuff, and then you go to one of them fusion restaurants and you're like, everything look like it's mixed with something else, like nothing feels familiar, nothing feels like home. You're like, what's really good? What's going on? Okay, so that's our mindset right now. All right, that's where we're going with this candle. This candle is like if you went to a restaurant that was based around lemons, right? Because lemon is going to be our cuisine. We're going to call this restaurant Lem. Lem, and a period at the end. Why the period? Because it just has to be nonsensically bougie. I don't even know if nonsensically is a word, but whatever. We're going to roll with it. Okay. So the restaurant is called Lem with a period. And, like, you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, somebody's like, yeah, we're going to go to the Lemon Cuisine restaurant. It's going to be great. It's upscale. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a culinary experience. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I like lemons. I like the smell of pine sol every now and then. I like a little bit of lemonade, but like extra sugar because I'm from the South, but of course. And you go to the restaurant, it like you walk in there, you're like, but there's nothing yellow. Everything's green, or everything's a shade of brown. Everything's so neutral. And you're like, what the heck? Like, lemons are bright and airy and giving the vibes, and like, this isn't giving the vibe. And the waiter comes over and it's like, hello, we'd like to offer you our signature dish. It is the lait, L-E, if you're curious. It's the lait. And, this is this is the dish that we are known for, and we highly suggest you try it. And you're like, okay, whatever, like, let's get it. And so the dish comes as a bowl, and it has a lemon peel, half, not even a full espresso bean, but like half a little espresso bean, half of the bean, right? Okay, emphasis on the half. And a little dollop, like how they do the little tiny dollops of sour cream, knowing daggone well we need more. It's a little dollop of ice cream on top. That, like, hey, you're looking at your friend like, you should have told me that we should have ate before we came, first of all. And then you're looking at the waiter, you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this? And it's like, you're looking at it, and you're like, okay, I can see how the colors bounce off of each other. Like, maybe this is just an appetizer, like maybe this is one of those fancy frou-frou little things that they give to you at those upscale 5-course restaurants just to get your palate wet. This is not your main course, right? And that's what you think. And then it's like, you move on to the next courses, and it is all like the same thing. It's just the plate gets excessively bigger, and then you leave and you go to the nearest McDonald's or taco truck and just laugh at the experience. And that's kind of how I'm feeling with this. It's not horrible. It's an experience. It's not something that I would easily recommend to someone. It's not something that I personally would jump for. If I wanted a lemony scent, I think I would go with like sugared lemonade, limoncello. Like, this one is just kind of, it's playing into the stereotype of the packaging, to be honest. Like, it's just giving bougie for no reason. And it's an experience, but it's not something that's easily for someone that's like, I want something that's tried and true, or I want something that I'm guaranteed to enjoy. It's kind of like, it's one of those experimental kind of things. And so I purchased 2 of these. I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep putting my hand up here, but like, I purchased 2 of them. And so I've warmed one. The other one is downstairs in our collection section. And, this is about my 4th time warming it for at least about 3 to 4 hours. It was a struggle for me to find the words to explain my experience with this. And so I'm just going to say that, if you enjoy coffee, if you enjoy lemons, and you want to, give your nose a different experience that, you want to try something different. You want to feel a little bougie. You want a candle to, like, put in a room that you're not really anticipating the burn, but you want it to look cute for the aesthetics, then I would say this one's probably right up your alley. But if you were looking to fall in love with this one, I would say, don't get your hopes up. It performs very well compared to the other spring candles that we've come across recently. However, it's a very unique scent. It's a very unique profile for a very unique and bougie soul. And I today's today's moment of or today's march into gratitude is, I am grateful that I can be open-minded to try things that are different. Um, and so I've tried this, and now I know that I'm not a huge fan of mixing lemon and coffee scents together. I can appreciate it. I can enjoy going to the Lem period restaurant and having some yellow coffee with some espresso little sprinkles on top. And I can let that be a once in a lifetime experience for me and not ruin it for other people. And that's fine. So hopefully this review helps. And I'm just grateful that I can be open for new experiences, and I can be trusting in myself to know that, it's not for me, but hopefully the person that is meant for, they will see this video and they will be able to stock up on this candle. But for me, it's not the one, number 33. I'll see you in the next life, baby. And with that, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.